Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ann Brown on the line, all the way from Accokeek, Maryland. And if you would put your phone on mute, we're hearing some background noise. So I just want to make sure that we have a clean training session today. And welcome to the Regional Builder Experience, November 15, 2019. 2019 is almost over. And this is being hosted by your regional builders, Ann Brown and Vincent Payton. And so we're going to go ahead and get started because we definitely want to keep things on schedule, be on time, and we want to respect your time as well. Now, first and foremost, one of the training sessions today is developing your story. All of us should have a story, and I've been waiting on my story. I've been working on my story, but when you introduce yourself, you should have a story. For instance, I've created the byline of I help people have faith, belief, and the mindset to create success in their business. And so I introduced myself by saying, hey, I'm Ann Brown, and I help people have faith, belief, and mindset to create success in their business. And then you start off with, who are you? Answer that question, who are you? And so I say, hey, look, I'm just like you. I wear multiple hats. I'm a wife, a stepmom, sister, aunt, friend, sorority sister, church member. You know what I'm saying. All of us wear multiple hats. All of us are busy. I work also full-time for a government agency doing finance and budgets. I enjoy what I do, but I needed a little more than spreadsheets in my life. Now, the next question we ask is, what happened? And so my answer to that is, well, in government contracting, you can find yourself getting laid off during times like these when funding gets scarce. So it's best to have a plan B. And that's what this business has been for us, a plan B. I recently got laid off, and luckily I had a plan B. So the third question is how you heard about us. So Nick and I decided years ago to have a home-based business. Well, we didn't really decide. Our tax accountant strongly suggested it. It wasn't really our idea at the time, but he convinced us when he showed us how much we were going to have to pay Uncle Sam. Immediately following, our 83-year-old aunt at the time invited us to what we call a travel party. It was a lot of fun. It made sense, and we absolutely got started. And the last question is, what is it doing for you? So in my story, I say, anyway, since we started, we've been able to pay off some bills, level up on our lifestyle, help some of our family, take some great vacations, and have extra checks in our mailbox each and every week. So I'm still working on my story. I'm still tweaking it, but I wanted to give you the parts of a story when you're introducing yourself. So first and foremost, you want to ask yourself when you're writing it, who are you? And give a brief synopsis of who you are. And then the next question is, what happened? So it's what happened to make you consider a business? Was it taxes? Was it sickness in your household? Was it you getting sick of your job? Whatever it is, you want to put that in a couple of sentences. And then how you heard about Surge 365. And so you want to just put write a brief paragraph, not even a paragraph, a couple of sentences of how you heard about Surge 365. And then finally, what is it doing for you? And so if you answer those questions, it comes up with a great story and a great introduction that you can use over and over and over again. And then you can kind of tweak it and add certain things like I'm doing now. However, it's always good, no matter what, to have a story. When you think about it, think about Janice Parker has a phenomenal story. Everybody knows that she used to own a retail car business, automobile retail store, and she lost it. And she lost everything, and now she's rebuilding. What a great story. Malcolm Alexander is a stay-at-home father. So when you hear him talk his story of how he's gone through the years of training and personal development in several home-based businesses, how he's gotten to where he is now. Juliet St. John, single mom, living out of her car so that her kids can be taken care of. She's developed her story. So what is your story? And this is the time to develop it. Now, I am going to ask our co-host, Vincent Payton, to introduce himself and tell you a little bit about himself. Vince, are you out there?
Hey, I am out here. Thanks so much, Ann. A little bit. You said tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in the business for over 10 years now. Got into the business because I felt like this company would allow the opportunity to pretty much share the travel business and the opportunity to make some additional money with others. At that particular time, when I first started this company or started with the franchise, I looked into other companies, and this was the only company that I felt confident about that I could literally stand behind in terms of what they were doing and how they was going to change the lives of so many. Myself, I work a full-time job. I'm a project manager. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and over the years, this business has the opportunity to allow me to be able to travel more, been able to save tremendously on my travel. The tax breaks associated with having a home-based business has been tremendous. In addition to that, helping other people. There's been so many success stories within the team that folks who had no background in travel have came into this business, made some great money, have some great memories in terms of some of the places that they've been able to travel to with themselves, with their friends, with their family. And that's really what this business is all about. And that's really the success story behind the scenes, where individuals who make the decision to be serious about their craft in terms of learning more about the travel industry, have an opportunity to be able to go and see the world and have those long-standing memories that they can share with their friends and family. So that's my background. That's my story, as you stated. I love being able to help other people in this business, taking folks who understand the concept of having a home-based business and some of the benefits and being able to transform that into a success story is the biggest gratification that I have. So that's me.
All right, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. So we're ready to get started with some training. First and foremost, we're going to have 4 15-minute segments, so you might want to get pen and paper because things may go a little quickly, but I want to make sure that you got everything. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to take this first slide. We're going to talk about the vortex. We're going to talk about our back office, and we're going to talk about how you find first-class training. So let me actually pull up the vortex. Here we go. All right, give me 1 second. We are about to do this right now. Let me make sure you can see my screen. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the vortex. Ladies and gentlemen, the vortex is our platform that we can give away to friends and family, and we can give it away to as many people as we want. So the way you get to your vortex is myvortex365.com / and whatever your ending is. My ending is believe and succeed. Your ending might be your name or whatever you named your business when you got started. If you don't know how to find that, we can help you with that. However, this is what you give to people, My Vortex 365, unless, of course, you buy a domain name. And so this is what they see. There is an actual video here, but they actually put in their name, their first name, their last name, their email address here. And I know these letters are the words are very light, so it's difficult to see, but it's the first name, last name, the email address, and then you confirm the email address, and then you create a password, and you push this button, instant access, or they can simply connect via Facebook. Now, the significance of being able to connect via Facebook is it makes it much easier. However, if they want to put it in, they could do that as well. Now, I actually have an account. So because I want to see what my customers are seeing. So I use my other email address to create an account so that I could kind of log in and see what they're seeing. So when you actually do that, you actually put in your username. If you create your own account, you just put that in up top along with the password that you selected, and your Vortex site will come up, and now you can actually see what it is that we're offering our clients. So on through the Vortex, they have a choice. Your clients have a choice of booking hotels, cruises, cars, flights, their bonus weeks, activities, and they can get emergency travel services, which is basically travel insurance. So when you actually scroll down the page, you can see that there's different locations and destinations that have been chosen, and we've got those destinations on sale. So if they know where they want to go, for instance, if they want to go to San Francisco, they can basically click on that. If they want to go to Los Cabos or New York City, they can click on those. If not, they can just put in where they want to go, when, and how many people are going. Now, this is not made to do group bookings. So you can get a couple of rooms, but it looks like 5 is the maximum amount of rooms you can book through your Vortex. So let's say that a couple people are going and they wanted to get, 5 rooms. Of course, they could do that. And or let's say a family is going and they needed, to get a room for both of their parents. They were going and maybe the kids. And so this is how they would do that. So, and you can also put in, when you do that, how many adults and how many children as well. Keep in mind that if you put children are going, it's also going to ask you the ages of the children. So it's always good to know, if you have kids going, what their ages are, so that you can make a good booking. So when you actually click on, let's say that you wanted to go to, Miami. Let's say that was one of my first destinations that came up. So let's say you wanted to go to Miami, Florida, and let's say that you wanted to go in, March 1st. And let's say you're going to go for an entire week. So you're going to check out that Saturday. You just push search. So this is just like any other website that's out there. And now you have it available to give to your friends and family. Now, one of the cool things that I find about our Vortex is that not only can we search and get some great prices, but this website your friends and family can actually have this website in various languages, from English, Spanish, Portuguese, the Netherlands, and whatever, in those Asian cultures. They can have the website shown in a language that is comfortable for them. And look at all the currency that we accept. I mean, from the peso to the pound, to the euro, the Hong Kong dollar. I mean, just think about this. So look at all of the currency that's available. So not only can someone have the site shown in Spanish, but they can actually say, hey, not only am I going to, I need to read it in Spanish, but I want it to be I want the prices to reflect the peso. And you click apply and it changes the website. So, I mean, how cool is that? So that means that just like it's a World Wide Web, now you have it available. So when you speak with someone and you find out what language they speak, you can show them, or they can choose how they want, be comfortable and be sure of what it is that they're booking. So I just think that's amazing. I absolutely love it. And gotta find the US dollar again. However, that is the Vortex. Now, the Vortex, we actually have all kinds of all kinds of tabs. We have hotels, we have cruises, you can get car rentals, flights, bonus weeks. Now I want to, because all of those other ones, with cruises, first, one of the things with cruises, I want you to realize that if someone books a cruise with you, they also can get special deals, and they can actually get their insurance, and they can also get a 7-day trip going to Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. So our cruises now include, in addition, when they pay for the cruise, they actually get the option of taking an additional 7-day trip. So with their cruise, they actually get another cruise. Is that amazing or what? So they actually get, oh, wait a minute. No, they don't get it here on the Vortex. Sorry about that, y'all. I misspoke. I think that's something that we get through our membership. However, not through the Vortex. We don't give that to our clients. Sorry about that. However, your clients can actually book, and they can actually call. And when they call, they're going to ask them who are they, who is their person that referred them. So you don't have to worry about losing the credit. But we have all kinds of cruises, all kinds of cruise lines available. It's totally what you and your clients want to offer. And then we have bonus weeks. We have flights, car rentals. But the bonus weeks, I want you to see that with the weeks, there you get all kinds of destinations available. Let's say we want to go to Florida, and let's say we want to go to Florida next week. Well, when you do that, there are all kinds of your clients get to choose all kinds of destinations right here through your Vortex website. So I wanted to show that to you, because not only do they get hotels, and I'm hoping I didn't get mixed up with the, yeah, here we go. So they get all kinds of hotels and resorts that wherever they want to go, and they just choose where they want to go. Now, also in activities, you can actually, if you want to do outdoor activities, shore excursions, theme parks, if your clients want to go ahead and book that, they can do that on the page as well. How cool would it be to already have things put in place so that they don't have to worry? They know what day and where they're going, and it's already paid for and everything. So that is another service that you want to mention to your friends and family when they use the Vortex. So now we're actually going to go to the next thing, which is our back office. Now, when you log into your back office by going to mysurge365.com, that's mysurge365.com. When you log into your back office and you go to mysurge365.com and you put in your username and your password, it's going to bring you to your back office. Right here in the menu, you have the option of looking at resources, checking your money, finding out, where your commissions are. We've got all kinds of reports, and we've got team reports, and we have these things called virtual invites, which basically means that now you can send invitations out to various people and to offer them your Vortex. Now, here on the right-hand side, you have recent team activity. You'll see people who join your team. And you'll even see, and I'm about to put this out, Jamie Brown just made his first sale. He's in Vincent Payton's Team Builder group. He just made his first sale, so we need to put that out and let people know so we can say congratulations. When you get 3 and free, or when someone does something, the company sends it so that we have it available. Now, all the pre-launch information is right here. The presentation is right here. This is the updates and stuff. If you want to know the compensation and everything, is all right here. And so we don't want to spend too much time on everything. So I want to make sure we get things taken care of. We also have a space where you can actually write in your why and remind yourself why it is that you're doing this business and what you're doing it for. We actually have Winners Win Tomorrow and all kinds of things as well. We also have our Surge 365, just all kinds of things that we can go through and look at and see the various things that are happening. So in addition to that, we also have, we have the Surge 365 Academy. You have your weekly earnings and your monthly earnings. We have Winners Win Live. We also have the wholesale travel subscription. If you're new, you don't have that. You don't have that wholesale travel subscription. You will get that after, I think, in January 1st. If you just started, especially if you just started during the launch, you don't get the wholesale travel subscription. In fact, that's going to be revamped. However, you have an option to download your app. You have the option to actually find out what's going on with the Blitz. Everybody's talking about the Blitz going to Bali. We have the career path access. We have the Vortex. You can click here, your Vortex, and it gives you stats. Like I know how many I have towards National Builder. I know what I need to do for my next bonus. I know how many I have towards my $10,000 bonus. And I know how much I earned this week. And guess what? I need to get busy. So with that being said, your back office is the central part of your business, and it shows you a whole lot. Now, if you're looking for your welcome email that you got when you got started, you can get that right here, your Surge 365 Business Associate, and also your membership. Your welcome email is there forever, so you can always go back to it. And then when you get to the menu, if you're looking at the resources that we have, if you're looking for a presentation, or if you're looking for a place where you can actually get the, let's see if I can scroll down. A presentation and where you can find various things. It's all right here. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you was first class training, because to get into anything, you want to definitely take your first class training when you're booking travel. So you click on this icon, Career Path Access. And by clicking on Career Path Access, you want to click on RTA Back Office. Now, in your RTA Back Office, you actually have, and we have two, I do most of my travel, just so you know, most of our travel bookings is on our other business, Just Take a Trip. This is Believe and Succeed. Our Believe and Succeed business is primarily for our marketing, and the Just Take a Trip, I use that for my travel. The significance of that is because we've had Just Take a Trip longer, and our commissions level is higher. So we book travel on the Just Take a Trip side. And so we've done our first class training on both platforms. And so we very seldom book travel under Believe and Succeed. So when we get these commissions, that will be on our Just Take a Trip business. So, and just so you know, there was a time when you can have two businesses. And so we took advantage of that. So, but here's your training, here's your ID card and all of that stuff. Training webinars, but our thing is, how do you take first class training? Well, it's very easy. Go to training and then click on first class training. And first class training is a series of 6 webinars that are very, very, very informative, that tells you how to market your business. It explains travel. It really just gives you a little taste of all the things that you can do and the things that you can get involved in through the travel industry. Now, also other training, eCampus, and I've got to really get my eCampus training on, because you can get an overview of the travel industry. Now, through eCampus, you actually pay more per session, but you can actually get these are great training, and it really is. I think when you're done, you just really, you just know a whole lot. You really just much more professional. In addition to that, Travel Agent Academy. You want to definitely be involved in Travel Agent Academy, because let me tell you, if you start taking these trainings, this is where you can actually qualify for some of the familiarization trips. This is one way. And so once you take that first class training, you want to keep on taking various trainings, learning various things, getting those certifications, and learning various things about your travel business as well, and booking travel. Decide where you want to decide that you want to be an expert in what you want to do. They have wedding planning training. They have location and destinations training. They even have how to market various things. So it just makes sense to take as much training as possible when you can. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to our presentation. I have successfully shown you the Vortex. I've gone through the back office, and I've gone through first class training. Our next training will be from none other than Mr. Vincent Payton, who's going to be talking about VAX Vacation Access. Let me give him the screen. Hold on one second. Hold on, give me 1 minute. Let me figure out how to get that over to you. Vince, you look okay. And I noticed that you're under the light. You're under the light. You all shiny. Give me 1 second. Where is that thing?
Should I do it?
Send me a there we go.
Can you see the VAX login screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thanks so much, Ann, for that training. Let's keep the ball rolling. We are right at 8:30, so we'll go through this training. Today, we're going to kind of go through how we use the VAX system. Just to give you a breakdown, what is VAX? VAX is the website that we have access to as travel agents to be able to book travel with our different vendors. This is the #1 site that travel agents use worldwide. This is the site that you actually can go through, pick out a hotel, airfare, transportation, travel insurance, excursions, amusement park tickets, and have it all built into one package for your clients. This is a great way to do all of the work, get the commission, and once they complete their travel, you get a check in the mail from our travel vendor, YTB. So let's go ahead and get started. In order to be able to access this system, you have to complete the first class training. The first class training is in your back office in the YTB travel agency link that you'll find in your back office. Once you complete the first class training, you will request access through registrations at ytbtravel.com. Or was it ytb.com? It's one of the two. But nevertheless, work with your sponsor or your regional team builder. They can get that access or that email address for you. But once you receive your username and password, it will look similar to what you have here. It'll be YTB and your personal ID, and your password you will create. The agency number is actually associated with YTB. The agency number actually is the YTB's phone number. So that's the 618-655-9477. So let's go ahead and log on. All right. So once you log in, you come to the home page. It has a lot of different information here. It has a quick search on the left-hand side where you see all of these drop downs. What I'd suggest is to make things much easier, you want to click on new reservation. So say someone contacted you and they want to do a trip to Jamaica and they want to leave out of BWI Airport and they want to travel the second week in May. First and foremost, and I'll go through some of the these things hit the top once we do the first search. But the first thing you want to do is you need to select your supplier. And we talked about this on our weekly calls. So these are all of the default weekly, all of the default suppliers that we have. FunJet Vacations is a company that is going to specialize in trips in the Caribbean, all of the hotels and resorts, all-inclusive and non-all-inclusive. Southwest Vacations is one of the major vendors that we do use, and this is one of the examples I'm going to use tonight. Southwest Vacations allows you to book any Southwest flight from any of the airports that they service, as well as all of the airports and destinations that they travel to. So if you want to go to Europe, Southwest doesn't fly to Europe, they don't fly to Dubai, this wouldn't be the best option for you. You have a lot of other options down here: American Airlines, Apple Vacations, Travel Impressions, United Vacations. So depending on what you're looking for, you can try a couple different ones. The two main ones that most of the agents use within the company or within our teams is the FunJet Vacations and Southwest Vacations. If you're trying to do something more towards Asia and different things like that, your Travel Impressions and Apple is also great options. So today I'm just going to go through one quick example of how you do a booking. It's really simple. So first I selected supplier, and I selected Southwest Vacations. The package type defaults to flight, hotel, and more. Keep that on there because that's what you want. You're departing from, and your client will tell you where they need to depart from. This is the information that you would need to get from them in advance. In this example, I am utilizing BWI Airport as our departure. They want to go to Montego Bay, so you just type in Montego Bay. You see Jamaica, Montego Bay, airport code MBJ, and the dates are going to be in May. So you just click on the calendar, just like any other search engine, and we're going to go the 14th of May for 4 nights, and we're going to return on that Monday, the 18th. So that's going to be 4 nights. By default, it's going to go to just one room. If you need to do multiple rooms, I suggest, and this is on my own personal opinion, that you actually do the bookings individual. So if you need to book 2 rooms, do 1 room, put all the information in, get a confirmation number, go back in and do the second booking. The reason I say that is because if it's 4 people and they need 2 rooms, you don't want everybody on the same booking confirmation number, because if someone decides to cancel, it could affect everyone in that entire group. It just makes things easier, and it makes things much clearer once they checking in, especially if people are arriving at different times and things like that. However, if you have any children traveling, and in this situation, you would just go to the drop down, pick how many kids. You can pick up to 7. Hopefully 7 kids and 2 adults are not traveling together. That would be crazy. But you can pick between 1 to 7 different kids. So if they had 1 child, you would then have to know the child's age. The ages go all the way up until 17. So when you're asking for information from your client, you want to ask them, is any children traveling under the age of 17? If they do say, yes, I have my child traveling, she's 9 years old, this is how you put the information in. The reason for that is they want the child's name, because a lot of resorts, especially in the Caribbean, especially in some of the Orlando markets, based on age determines what the price is for the room. Sometimes the children don't pay the same price as adults, so you want to kind of designate that here in this drop down. Now, promo code. This is major. Promo code gives you the ability to be able to get discounts. And really quickly, I'm going to show you actually how you can be able to do that. If you go to Google, type in Southwest promo codes. So I already have it set up. You just hit return. And what will happen is a lot of different options will come up. The first one, typically, this can range depending on your search history, but you want to find the one that says actually Southwest Vacations. So in this situation, it's the third one. You don't want the Sky Scanner. You don't want Retail Me Not. You want to find the one that says southwestvacations.com. You click on the link. It's going to say promo codes and vacations. Once you click on the link, wow, there they go. So right now, there is a discount. Save up to $200 on your vacation to Mexico or Punta Cana. They give you all of the details, and if you could qualify. To be able to book this and get the discount, they have to put their deposit down by this coming Monday, November the 18th by 6 p.m. Central, and they have to travel between November the 6th and June 5th. So in this example, this code will not help us because we're going to Jamaica, but this is a good opportunity. Sometimes there are up to 3 different types of codes, one for the United States and some for the, some for different destinations. You also can get promo codes for FunJet. Same scenario. You just type in FunJet promo codes in Google, you hit return, and then the first one is FunJet. Click on the link, and it looks just like the previous one in terms of providing the different codes that you can use. So in this scenario, FunJet has 2. Actually, I think they have 3. They have one that says save up to $150 anywhere in the United States. They give you the length of stay minimums, the purchase, the booking window, and the travel window that you can qualify. They have one for staying at and resorts. If you're flying out of Dallas, we're not flying out of Dallas in this example, but they have that as well. And they also have $300 at the Rio Republic in Punta Cana. So these are the codes that you can use. These do change. You always want to check what code is available prior to booking for your client, because you can get them to save some money. Going back here to Vax Vacations. So right now we don't have a promo code to use for this trip to Jamaica. At this point, all you have to do is hit search. Click on search, and it will start to do the search. In terms of, we're doing Thursday, May 14th through May 18th, BWI to Montego Bay. What this is now doing is getting all of the inventory that they have in Jamaica, in Montego Bay for your trip. So the first thing that comes up is the hotel selection. So as you can see, there are 55 hotels that you can choose from, and they are listed all the way straight down, sometimes on multiple pages, at different pricing points based on several different factors. So these are all of the options. But more importantly, if you want an area option, if you know the hotel you want to use, you can type it in. So one of my favorite properties is the Royalton. So I can type in Royal, and it will give me all of the Royalton properties, which is the first 3. And then they also have a property called the Cameron. However, I want the Royalton Blue Water. So before we do that exact search, I want to show you some more things on the page. You also can sort by the hotel stars. So me personally, I typically put my clients in 4 stars or more properties. So you actually can click on the different check boxes here, which will lower your ratings down. So out of that 55 items or 55 options for hotels, 18 of them are 5-star and 17 are 4-star. You also can kind of use some of these other filters here. I typically don't use these 2. I either go by the stars or I go by the pricing. This is a bar that you can select, and you can be able to change the pricing down, and it would change. You know your client is not going to spend a certain amount of money. You can narrow your selections down accordingly. That's also available, and I think it's going to update. All right, so what I want to do is I want to find a property that I want to send my clients to. And this is the one that I want to select. It's the Royalton Blue Waters All-Inclusive. This is a 5-star property right outside of Montego Bay. It's 20 miles from the airport. The first thing you want to do is, how do you get to the different room categories? If you click on this plus sign to the left of the name, it then will update, and it will give you all of the different room categories and the pricing. So the first or the lowest category room offered at this property is the Luxury Junior Suite. And it goes all the way down to a luxury presidential ocean view, and you can see how the price increases. In this scenario, we're going to go with, let's go with the Luxury Junior Suite Ocean View. If you put your mouse over top of the price, the box here will show you what the price per person is. So this is the reason why we stress so hard that you want to know what your customer's budget is. At least a range. So if they say, oh, I'm willing to spend $1,400 per person to do a 5 days, 4 nights, all-inclusive with airfare and transportation to Montego Bay, this is something within their budget. So we're looking at the Luxury Junior Suite Ocean View. If you want that, just click select, and it will update, and then it will give you the opportunity to select your flights. So it automatically updates the results, and now it's going to give you all of the options in terms of flights. As you scroll down, it tells you what your current flight is, which is the nonstop out of BWI arriving in Montego Bay at 12 p.m. This is a great option. You have several different categories. You have the Business Select, the Anytime, and the Want to Get Away fare. If you know anything about Southwest, the Want to Get Away fare is always going to be your lowest option. And the different categories, these are not first class per se, but these different fares allow you to have different amenities. Some of them are early board onto the plane, full refunds in terms of if you need to cancel and things like that. And you can click on this information and it will tell you what exactly each one has and what it means. So in this scenario, we're going to select the Southwest nonstop at the 2664. Now on the return, there's some options. The first option is the one with the one stop with a 4-hour and 15-minute layover. It provides all that information. You also have some other options here. Now, if you scroll down, you see they also have a nonstop, but if you would like to select the one, it's only $59 more. In this scenario, your clients typically like nonstop flights. So for me, I'm going to select this nonstop, leaving at 3:55, coming right back to BWI at 8:15 p.m. Now, on your particular screen, what you're going to see, the outbound flight that you selected, the 9:35 departure, the return, 3:55 p.m. Your hotel is the Royalton Blue Waters. They have the check-in of the dates that we had in the search. It tells you the room type, luxury junior suite, ocean view. It tells you some of the added amenities that's included in the price. But what I want to show here is the features. This is automatically included. With Southwest Vacation, they automatically include the payment plan. It's $10 per person additional, but it gives your customers the opportunity to just put down $160 deposit per person, and they can lock in everything that you have on the screen. It also includes the transportation. The transportation to and from the hotel is also included in this price. Now, on the left side of the screen, you see it says Southwest Vacation. It tells you your base price, but more importantly, the price per person. So their budget was $1,400. We have a budget of $1,416.90, not a budget, a price of $1,416.94. This particular price is per person. They can earn $41.50 in terms of rapid reward points, which is great. The next thing here on the right-hand side that's important, it says booking administration. Now you want to click on this because this is going to show you what you're going to make off this particular booking. This booking with Southwest Vacations, you will earn the commission of $204. You also can add to this commission. So say the budget was $1,450 per person. Let me look at the math real quick. Right. So what will happen is we had a price of $1,416. You can add more to your commission. So what will happen is we want to make this $1,450 even. That is 26, 36, 46. That's about, let's say 60. We're going to add $60 to this price. So we'll put in 60 here, hit set commissions. You see how your commission now changed. Now, when I hit this X button to close this window, the price per person is now going to be changed as well. So now you have $1,446.94 as the total cost. So this is how you can fluctuate your commission. This is very useful sometimes when you have promo codes where the price is much lower than their budget. You can increase and to make it more a bigger return for yourself. The next thing that you would like to do, you have everything set: the flight, the airfare, the hotel, the features, the payment plan, the transportation. The first thing is click on the button that says save here. This is at the bottom. You click on save. This is the opportunity for you to be able to name this particular itinerary so you can come back to it at a later point. So you want to put in your initials and example, what's it called? Jamaica. And that's what you're going to name it. Then you just hit save itinerary and it will save, said okay, it comes back. Screen refreshes, everything stays the same. The next thing you do is hit email print itinerary. This is important. You email the itinerary to yourself. So in this scenario, we're going to do my email address, so you email it to yourself. This is going to be the example trip to Jamaica. The next thing I do is in this introduction, you want to change this around to identify yourself. So it says, thank you for taking the time to price a vacation with VP Productions is the name of my company. You put your company name. I delete all of the other stuff. And the only thing I leave here is all prices are subject to change until payment is received. That's the only edit that I make. At the very bottom, your ID is listed here. It doesn't say your name. So you can take this out and say thank you again, and you can put your name. but I have my own signature block. So what I do is I just delete all of it. At this point, you just scroll back up to the top, click the button that says preview, and this will now give you the opportunity to email to yourself. So we're going to hit email, and now that email will come to my inbox. It's going to come pretty quickly, and it's already here. This is how it's going to show up. YTB travel itinerary, example trip to Jamaica is what we just selected. You go ahead and click on that. It now opens up the email. What you want to do here is just click forward in your personal email, and you send it to who you want to send it to. So say we were sending this to Ann Brown, right? You can change your subject line if you want. I'm sending Ann to Jamaica, so I will put something similar to price quote for Jamaica trip, May 2020. The next thing I do is I delete all of the stuff that was in the forward. Me personally, this is only my personal opinion, I even delete the logo that says Southwest Vacations. So you just highlight it, hit delete, and it's gone. This is all the information that they need to be able to make a sound decision on their trip. It breaks everything down for per person, how many reward points, what's added in terms of the transportation, the payment plan, the what's included, the free all-in connectivity in terms of the Wi-Fi at the hotel, all-inclusive. They also get up to 300 resort credits, blasey, 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 blasey. It also has all of the flight information, so they need to know that as well. So you have everything you need for this particular trip. And I don't have time to actually type it, so what I wanted to do is do this. So when I send the email, and this is just what I do in terms of what you kind of want to craft up for yourself, this part right here. So at the top of your quotes, what you want to do is have a situation where you says, thanks for requesting a quote with VP Productions Travel. Below you will find a great travel package. Please review and let me know if you wish to proceed with booking for this trip. So what I do is give them a quick summary. It's the name of the hotel, it's how many nights, it's a nonstop flight, ocean view suite room, 2 adults, round trip transportation. They get a spa credit, the total cost per person, the deposit amount, deposit due, prices could increase, and then you let them know when the final payment is due as well. All of this information is what I put at the beginning of the email, and it goes out as you see, and as you can see, it will be looking like this. So for sake of time, I just wanted to kind of say, you want to just do a quick summary. How you make it look, it doesn't have to be exact, but you want to kind of point out so you can grab the client's attention, so they'll be able to book with you, and you'll be able to make the commission. Now, last but not least, with the VAX training, I want to show you if you wanted to go back and pull that up later. Say you sent that email, 2 days has passed, and they now say, hey, I want to go on the trip. You come back to VAX. If you just log in like you normally would, you would come to the home page. At the very top here is going to say Retrieve Saved Itinerary. You click on that link, you're going to see a lot of options that are not yours. If you know how to use the find function on your computer, hit Control F, and then at the very bottom or at the top is going to say find. So this is the reason why I say use the abbreviations, because it's easy to find. So I have all of this trip. This is the VLP example, Jamaica. You click go, and everything you already searched on is already there, where you don't have to put all the information in again and select your hotel. So that's how you retrieve it back up, and this is how you can book it. When it comes up, it will be in a screen where you can go ahead and just move forward with making your deposits and move through. So you have, this is the checkout screen basically, like you buying something on Amazon. They verify everything you selected. You can change anything if you need to. They ask you if you want the travel protection. This is where you can add the travel protection. You can't add it on the initial, but you also can decline. And if they decline a travel protection, this is where you put it. You put all of the customer's information. So you always need to get the customer's first name, last name, date of birth, gender. Here, under email address, use your email address versus your client's on this Traveler One. Put your email address as it goes in as a default. Put your email and your phone number. That way, if there's any changes to the itinerary, you will be contacted first to the travel agent, and then you will communicate this information to your client. The optional stuff is the passport information, and then they ask for the same information for the traveler too. Then you put in their deposit information, and then you just submit and complete the booking. Once you do that, everything is in the system. You will get some additional emails that you can send out to your client. In our next training, we will talk a little bit what happens after you go through this process. So that's my quick training on the Vaxfications and how you can go through, find the promo codes by going to Google and looking under the promo code, see if there's anything available. This is just a quick booking. This is how you can easily make some money. The great thing about this is most people don't travel just alone. So you can see yourself making $260 per room for everyone that's deciding to go on this trip with your clients. So with that being said, that is the VAX training. If you don't have access, complete the first class training in the YTB back office, and then proceed to get your username and password, make some bookings, and make some great money. Now, I'm going to turn it back over to our host, who's going to give us what the next training will be. So I will turn it back over to you, Ms. Ann Brown. You're on mute.
Thank you. You don't have to turn it back over to me, Mr. Payton, because you're up next. Our next subject is actually how to grow your business, ways to get new clients. So it's back to you.
All right. All right, let's go ahead and did I hit the share button? Am I sharing?
No.
Oh, okay. Let me go back first. Share. Oh, you got to stop sharing.
Oh.
Okay. Here we go. All right. So my next training is how do you get clients to be able to book trips for? So you can be able to use the whole VAX. I'm trying to make this web layout maybe. Nope. I guess everybody can see this. Let me go back to this way. All right, that looks better. All right. So the first thing is the topic is the travel training is how to get clients in terms of travel clients. So there's a couple different ways that we have seen that works very well. And Ann, I will catch up and get back on schedule. So I will be finished this in about 7 minutes. Where we are in terms of, as we start this business, there are different ways. Off the break, people travel in terms of your friends and family. But how do you get people attracted to you? And that's the big thing that I teach and Ann teaches, to get people attracted to you versus you feeling like you got to go out and sit in front of somebody's front porch and every morning have a cup of coffee and tell them, hey, I'm a travel agent, I can book trips all over the world, blah, blah, blah. We want people to be attracted to you. But these are some things that you can do really easily that people will start contacting you for different things. The first thing that we have uniquely within our team is our group trips. Now, this is now a part of the franchise or Surge or YTB, but within our team, we have the ability to have what we call group trips. These are trips that are put together that you have the opportunity to promote under your company name and earn some additional income. So we send this out as trips become available. It's really simple. All you have to do is edit the flyers, enter your code. Every time someone books, you will be able to earn anything between $20 to $30 and sometimes even bonuses on some of the bigger trips. So you want to use this. This is a great way to be able to post the trips on social media, text message, or whatever the case may be. You put this information out, people will say, hey, I see you have a trip to go to Aruba. I always wanted to go, but your trip is in May, but my birthday is in August. Can you do something for my birthday? This is how you get clients. And this has worked tremendously over the last 5 years we've been doing this. We have seen people from contacting agents on our team for destination weddings, for groups, for cruises. It's just a great opportunity to get people to see that you're doing travel and you have different things going on. So everyone on the team definitely participate in the group trips. So you edit it, put your code, you post it on social media, you can text also the image right from your phone to your friends and family and share with them as well. The next thing is posting on social media. This could be a training in its entirety in terms of how to use social media to be able to grow your business. But being able to get clients, these are some of the 3 things you can do. If you have a personal page, you can announce once a week about your business. Hey, V Productions Travel is looking for some clients to be able to book trips for 2020. Please contact me. A simple conversation will get comments, likes, and people to inbox you for more information. The next thing is, just like we just did this trip to Jamaica in the previous training, take that information and you can post online right now. Anyone interested in going to Jamaica, May 14th through the 18th, staying at the 5-star Royalton Blue Waters Resort, nonstop flights out of BWI for only $14.50 per person. You can post that and people will say, oh, that's a great price. Can you send me more information? Oh man, can you do something for me for a different date? So you have that opportunity to be able to do that. You can pick any destination for that matter. The other thing you can do is grab photos from Google and post them on your social media. So you can take a picture of a sunset off the beach and you can say, who would love to go on a trip and see this sunset in person? If interested, please contact me for more information. Or you can post a picture of someone ziplining over the trees in Costa Rica and say, who would be interested in going to Costa Rica and doing ziplining? Things like that is what's going to gather and attract people to you. Social media is used to be able to interact. People want to interact. People want to see something funny. They want to like it. The whole purpose is to grab someone's attention. Sometimes our brains work so fast where you're moving your fingers, scrolling through your Instagram or your Facebook. The whole purpose is to get people to attract people to something that they can quickly see and they can identify with. And that's where those photos can come in play. So you can definitely post on social media. If you have a business page, definitely you can do that as well. You can set up a business page through IG or Facebook as well. Next thing, and I think this is one of the big ones, is ask for referrals. I think sometimes in business, we typically we shy away from asking for help. So sometimes it's difficult to ask for help from your business partners. But then it's also very difficult for us to ask for help from our friends and family. One thing for sure, two things for certain, is that most of your close family members want to see you successful. They might not book with you, they might not support you, but more importantly, they will do the small things to give that impression that's what they're looking to do. So I always suggest people to just ask the question. Call your cousin up and say, hey, I'm trying to grow my business. I got some big goals for 2020. Hey, I'm going to post something on social media. Can you share it? Or if I tag you, can you put a comment in? Ask for those referrals. Ask your friends and family to assist you. It's very easy to support a business by just doing a share. A share is going to reach a whole different demographic that a lot of folks you might not have that reach to reach, don't have that ability to reach. The other thing is existing clients. Clients can be people you book travel for, or it could be clients that asked for a quote and didn't book with you. They're still your client. Sometimes situations doesn't work. I could have sent that same referral to Ann and she'll say, oh, you know what, something came up. I'm not going to be able to do that trip. I'm going to postpone it. She's still your client. You still want to say, I totally understand. Whenever you're ready, let me know. But more importantly, if you know anybody, friend, family, coworker that is looking for a travel agent and looking for some services, please let me know. And I would love to be able to work with them. And then you also can go a step further. Hey, I'm going to shoot your email. If you can, forward it out to your friends and family. It's just some information about the services I provide. Most people will say, yeah, sure, send me an email, especially if they don't book with you because they already know that you did a lot of due diligence to be able to give them the quote, and you want to take advantage of that opportunity where they decline on the trip. You want to say, well, can you do me a favor? Can you send an email to some of your friends and family? If they do it, perfect. If they don't, so be it. Same thing with social media. If you met them on social media and you got their information, say, hey, I plan to post something on Thursday. Is it possible you can share it on your page for me? These are the types of things you got to ask for the referrals. And you will be surprised how quickly referrals can go from one person to the next, and you can grow your client list. The next thing is adding a tagline to emails. I have all kinds of taglines. I switch up every now and then. I wanted to show you, but I don't have it set up yet. I don't want to go through that. But basically, do this only, and I got to stress this, only for your personal emails. Personal emails is your Hotmail, your Gmail, your Yahoo, your AOL, your Verizon, your Comcast. Do not go to your good government job or your good full-time job and put contact me for any travel services at the bottom of your personal, your business email or your work email. This is strictly for your personal email. Understanding in some situations, you might not want to put that out there. If you send an email to someone that you definitely don't want to advertise to, you can just easily delete, but you can put it in your signature block. Something, and I put an example, VP Rushton's Travel offers great savings on travel packages. Contact me. It's straightforward, but what it does is at the bottom of your emails, people see that and it reminds them that Vincent is in the travel business. Vincent can offer great savings on travel packages. The great thing about our company, everybody loves to travel. It's just a matter of time that they're going to need your services. So this is how you remind people to, one, that you're in the business and you can be able to get additional clients. Because you'd be surprised, emails get forwarded quite a bit. There's a lot of replies back and forth and a lot of email conversation. So every time you email and you reply, you have that tagline. After a few back and forth conversations, your tagline is in all of those responses. They will see it, and sometimes if they're forwarding, if it's a group, you have everyone seeing it at the same time. So take advantage of doing that with your personal emails. Last but not least, how you get clients in the travel business is the business cards. It's really straightforward, a concept that's been around for eons. You want to order your cards via Vistaprint or your back office. Once you order those business cards, this is some of the information. Your company name. You don't have a business until you have a company name. You want to have your full name. Some people don't like putting their full name on their business cards now, and that's perfectly fine. So at least the first name. You definitely have to have an email address, and you also have to have a phone number. And I say have to. You want people to have your cell phone number if possible, because we live in a society now that text message is more straightforward and more direct than most conversations in terms of just calling. So you can say, hey, this is my cell phone number. Send me a quick text with your information so I can put your name in my email address so I can send you some information. So the phone number is important. We all have a Vortex website. That is one thing that we all have within this company. You will like to have your Vortex website on there as well. Your Vortex website is in your name. So if they go to it, they will see your name at the top and it will remind them who they spoke to and it matches the business card. I spelled this wrong, but social media. This is optional. If you have social media and you want people to follow you on Instagram or Facebook, you can add that to your business card as well. But the company name, email address, phone number, and your Vortex website, you can have any logo, no logo. It could be just designs, whatever the case may be. Business cards are not to be something that's going to make someone call you. Your mouth, your conversation, and how you carry yourself ultimately is the reason why people will take your business card and reach out to you. So if you position yourself in the right way and say the right things, the business card is just stamping everything you already communicated. And it also is a quick way to get information from someone else. Hey, here's my business card. Hey, do you have one? If you don't, can I send you a text with all the information? And I want to give you my card as well, is how we normally do things nowadays. Or here's my business card. Send me a text so I have your phone number, your email address, so I can send you some information about my group trips and some discounts for your family. This is how we grow our business, and these are some of the things that we have. So real quickly, post the group trips, post on social media, ask for referrals. Can't stress this enough. Add a tagline in your emails and your signature block, and order your business cards. And with that being said, this is how you're going to find yourself in a short period of time. After the first year of this business, you should be going from the initial 9 clients that you will book for to doubling that in the following year. And that is the great way how we expand our business, make those commissions, and change the future of our family and legacies. With that being said, I want to turn it back over to Ann so we can get back on schedule. We actually are doing pretty good on schedule now. Look at the clock, but I want to turn this back over to you. And I think I am not sharing anymore, right? You're on mute. You still on mute? Yeah, we see you clicking the button, but it's not working. You gotta click it hard. You gotta, yeah, there you go. There we go. Nope, not quite. Still on mute.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't know what just happened. Oh my gosh. Anyway, alrighty. We're gonna try to share this screen again. Here we go. And so our next section is grow your business, ways to get partners. So ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to talk about it. That training leads into the training we're doing now. First of all, you definitely want to do some of the same things that you do to actually get clients, to get partners. First, I want to talk about something. Get your own brand and get your own logo. You can change your brand, you can change your logo, but I can't stress enough the value of having your own brand, having your own logo. Why? Because when you put in social media, in network marketing, when you put the name of the company out there, when you just have just the company information all over your social media, people just really just take the information, go and Google the company, and whatever they find on Google is what they think it is. So curiosity is key. So when you give someone your business card and it is the company business card, people just Google the company. And so, and that's sometimes why they may not call you back. But if you have your own brand, if it's Nick and Ann's, travel services, or, travelwithus.com or whatever, you've got your own brand and logo, they're like, oh, okay. So curiosity is always key in terms of making people want to come back and speak with you, because they can't find out the information on their own. So how do you get business partners? First and foremost, stop posting Search 365 branded material all over your social media and all over your business cards and everything that you put out. Be a little mysterious. It's like dating. You can't show everything you have. You don't want to show all your cards out just from the beginning. So let people ask questions, and you ask questions as well. So it's great to have business cards, but don't blast a Search 365. I encourage you to go to where can you get your own logo. For $5, you can go to Fiverr, www.fiverr.com, and get someone to create a simple logo for you for $5. And you can use that logo on your page, on your letters, on your emails, whatever you wanted to do, you can use that logo. And that's a part of getting your own brand, developing your own brand, develop your colors. Now, am I saying don't post anything? I mean, don't let people know what company you're a part of. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is make sure you develop your own brand, because people do business they don't do business with a company. They do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So make sure all of your marketing material reflects that you are someone that they can like, that they can trust, and that they'll want to get to know. Now, your previous clients already know you. If you've been booking travel, then your previous clients, you've already built that relationship. The first person you want to go to in terms of partners are your previous clients. So you could ask them, hey, are you interested in a home-based business? Would you be interested in doing what I do and making some extra money? That's your first market. If you book travel for anyone, you want to go back to them and ask them and invite them to a travel party. Ask them if it's something that they'd be interested in. Your friends and family, that's a no-brainer. But sometimes your friends and family won't support you. Like we said, your friends and family are your friends and family. They know you a certain way, and they may or may not support you. And sometimes you have to remind them. It's just like it goes in one ear and out the other. So your friends and family are a great resource, and they could be even a great resource for referrals, depending on your relationships. And now you can also market in various organizations. And see, that's another reason why you don't want to market the name of the company. You want to have your own brand and your picture and the name of your company. And that's what you're marketing, because they know you. They can find out later that it's Surge 365. Right now, you might just want to tell them, hey, I am a part of a travel company and I'd love to share it with you. So that way they're dealing with you, and the company is secondary, because people are going to want to deal with you. Now, social media, I've been learning a lot about actually posting and getting attention on social media. And I'm proud to say that the gentleman that just signed up, Anthony, it was totally on social media from the posts that I've been doing lately, and also going live. And so little did I know he'd been following me for a while, but we just kind of became friends on social media, and he said he was really, really interested. And again, when you're posting on social media, curiosity is key. Now, yes, you definitely want to post your trips and that kind of stuff, but you don't want to post, oh, join Surge 365 for $99. Mm-mm. You might want to post a question that says, oh, well, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Now, the people who answer that question, you're going to get some people that say Aruba, Hawaii. Let me tell you a trick. When they answer that question on social media, you want to say, wow, thanks. Wow, that's great. I'd love to go to. You want to respond to everyone. Like tonight, I'm going to respond to all the birthday wishes that Nick got. And so you want to respond to that. And that's something else. When someone says happy birthday, or you have an opportunity to wish people, go in your section that says birthdays, and everybody that has a birthday, wish them happy birthday. Guess what? There'll be somebody on that list that's going to say, Ann Brown, who is that? Let me click on and see who she is. And guess what? Now, if you have your page filled with information, now they're going to start following you and looking at you. And so that's definitely post, say happy birthday to people, definitely give your condolences, because somebody in that group is going to want to, it's going to be nosy. They're going to want to know who you are. Also, when you on social media, specifically Facebook, when, you might just want to, you also may want to, after you answer it, if someone says, hey, I'd like to go to Aruba, on the page, you say, wow, that's great. I'd love to go to Aruba too. But then you might want to send them an inbox message on Messenger. But let me tell you, when Janice Parker says she don't even type the message. Now that she has Messenger, she just sends it. She clicks on Messenger and sends them a voicemail message that says, hey, I'm Janice Parker. I saw that you wanted to go to Aruba. Man, I got some great deals. Would love to speak to you about the way we help people go to Aruba. And sometimes you can even go for free. Give me a call back. And so she does that. And when people hear that message, she gets those calls back. And so instead of, you can actually send an internal message on Messenger, but it's also much more effective to actually send a voice message on Messenger. And in that way, when they get that message, they'll call you back. So when you're actually talking to a lot of people on social media, it can get very, very confusing. And it can get, you got to be organized. So you want to have a notebook or something to jot the various people down. And definitely, don't be afraid. There are billions of people out there. So don't be afraid of cutting people off, or, just saying, okay, I don't want to hear from this person anymore. I find that gentlemen from Africa, gentlemen from all over, especially if you're a woman, they're gonna come and they're gonna try their hand and ask you something, or pretend they're interested in your business, and they are not. And so you gotta weed through it. But there's some really good people out there that are interested and that are looking. So don't be afraid, and don't go into somebody else. You don't have to go into somebody else's friend list. there are some people in our organization that will become friends with you to be able to go through your friend list. But that really is not is not necessary. You could very easily just go through your own friends list and then go through their friends and their friends and their friends and contact more than enough people. I am not an advocate for going to other people's friends list and poaching on people, because I think there's more than enough people for everybody to get more friends. And so you just have to be attractive. Make sure make sure that you have attractive pictures on your page, pictures of travel, things that you're about. And this is a no-brainer, but I'm hoping everybody realizes it. Make sure on Facebook your page is public. If you got a private page, that's why nobody's liking you, because they can't find it and they're not seeing your post. So make sure your page is public. Go through your profile. Make sure that you have things up there. Once you come up with a name for your business, put the name of where it says where you work. Put the name of your business. Put CEO in the name of your business. And change that profile. You don't have to, and don't put you don't have to put all of the information. Just put some things that are just going to pique interest on LinkedIn. Now, to me, I use LinkedIn for my professional information. So I don't cross and put my travel information on LinkedIn. So, but if you're doing this business full time, there's no reason why you wouldn't use LinkedIn, or depending on the type of full-time job that you have, then you use LinkedIn, but that's your discretion. But LinkedIn is another opportunity to connect with some professional people. But there's a different way to connect with them because it is a more professional network. And so you want to make sure that you're connecting professionally. Instagram, I'm just learning Instagram, but again, you want to make sure that you're posting things that are going to definitely make people curious about what you're doing and make people look, or definitely make people laugh. Post something funny, but don't put all your information out there. I'm with Surge 365. We have a special right now, $99, getting in position and that kind of stuff. No, just, you just say, hey, I've got my own company. I'm with Believe It's a Seed Travel Group, and we having we've got some trips that we've got going on, and would love to have you come aboard, or man, call me if you need some more information or something like that. It's all about posting so that you're getting information from others. You're getting they're actually answering and getting you the information that that you can now use to build that relationship, to now say, oh, hey, thank you so much for responding to my post. Thank you so much for liking my post. Man, thank you. So, or, if it's someone you haven't seen in a while, oh my gosh, I hadn't seen you in so much. Are you going to be, you're going to be at home for Christmas? Hey, make sure you come by mom's house, or I'll come by your mom and dad's house and see how you're doing, or something like that. But it's all about connections. It's all about relationships. Because remember, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if you had a friend that all they talked about was their business, Surge 365, Surge 365, Surge 365, Surge 365, you get sick of that real fast. So don't be that person. So make sure that you are connecting with people authentically, and giving them the opportunity to know you, and so that they will give you an opportunity to share what it is that we have. And whether they're interested or not, it doesn't matter, because there are billions of people out there, and there's somebody waiting for you to speak with them. You just got to find who they are. So just, if they're not interested, ask for referrals or keep it moving. Or if this might not be right now, that's okay. That's okay. Keep them in your pipeline. I encourage everybody to go out tonight and just find 5 new people, brand new people, just to say hello. 5 new people, say hello. How you doing? And just wait for them to come back, and just try to start a conversation. And don't let that conversation be about business initially. Just let that conversation be about getting to know them. Sometimes they'll say something and you'll be like, this isn't somebody I want to get to know. But sometimes they might be that person that's like, man, I'm looking for something. Like Mr. Washington, I'm looking for something. What are you talking? What are you doing? What are you talking about? I've been scrolling through your Facebook page. And he was scrolling through and looking at stuff. He used to be in Primerica. I mean, so people are out there looking, ladies and gentlemen. So don't think that people aren't looking at your post, because they are. Even though they're not liking it, people are still looking because people are nosy. So with that being said, that's it for our training. I apologize. We've gone about 5 minutes over. But that is it for our training today. Hopefully you got some information you could use. Vincent, did you have any closing remarks, anything to say in conclusion?
Nope. I just want to thank you for having this great idea to put this together. We're recording it for the folks, and I know it's going to be dozens and dozens of folks who's going to be looking at this training for months to come. Definitely get your questions. If you see anything on here you're not sure about, get your questions answered. Let's make sure that we all can be successful. Also, in addition to this, different trainings, the weekly call. We do training every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. We also have trainings on the weekend for growing your business, as well as some great training in our back office, as well as within VAX to be able to learn more about the travel industry. Make sure that you're taking advantage of everything. We're about to start 2020 in just a couple more months from now, and we want to make sure that we're positioning ourselves to take advantage of the next 10 years, the next decade, to be very successful. So that's all I have. Thank you so much, Ann, for your leadership and putting this all together for the team.
Thank you so much. This was absolutely amazing. Great idea. I think we should do this again. And you're right, having it recorded, people can listen to it on their own time. So this is perfect. And so thank y'all thanks. Roxanne, thank you so much for participating, for being on live. And if you're watching the replay, we want to thank you for your time as well. Definitely reach out to us if you have any issues, questions, comments, or concerns. We hope to hear you on our team call on Wednesday evenings. And also make sure you check in our Facebook page as well. So with that being said, y'all have a good night. God bless. And I look forward to seeing you. And yes, I do mean you at the top, at the very top. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the tip top because the bottom is much too crowded. Good night. Bye-bye.